People, welcome to another edition of that finger-tapping frenzy that we all know and love. There's WWE SuperCard with me, Big Jim, here at still quite sunny BadLadDad HQ. Apologies for all the lighting and everything, but I wasn't really planning on doing an episode. But I did promise you guys faithfully that when I won my first Elemental King of the Ring, I'd collect the rewards with you good people out there. And I'm being good to my promise because I have finally won an Elemental King of the Ring. Now, I'm guessing a lot of you had the same problems that I did for the first couple of weeks of the tier. Going into King of the Ring, I kept coming across those pesky people who were using that flipping equipment glitch. So I wasn't getting past the semi-final stages, and every time I was being knocked out by someone who was like super-powered, supercharged, in quite an unfair way. But since they've addressed that glitch, I've heard some people saying they can still work around it, but since they've addressed the glitch that everyone else knew about previously, if you're following this, I've managed to get to the final a few times, but not won a King of the Ring until today. Now, what I would say, apart from, yes, come on, what I would say is, I don't blame my opponent at all. Just have a quick look at my cards. Just have a look, actually. This is where they keep telling me I need reading glasses. I do now and again. But I do keep forgetting where I put them and what I need them for. As you can see, I've got a few pros in the bag already. Apollo Crews, done and dusted, midday Sunday, not a problem. I have actually started going down the tiers, just seeing what else I can get. But just to play a few matches, because of course it gets you closer to a tier. Pull. But having said that, Sasha joined the BLD army about 2-3 hours ago, so she's my latest pull. I'm doing okay on the equipment side of things. Pleased with Sensational Sherry, but don't have a matchup for her yet, so I'm still using Paul Heyman and another fella. I can't remember who the other fella is. Is it Adam? I can't remember, doesn't matter. From the WrestleMania cards. But as you can see, I've got a few singles here that could do with being pros, including the apparently soon to be departed Velveteen Dream. But yeah, here we go. Let's see how we get on with collecting rewards. Now, what I was going to go and say about my opponent was, don't blame him at all. He failed to power up for the first 2 matches, although it was pretty apparent that my deck was bigger than his deck. But for games 3 and 4, he did power up. Now, don't blame him for that at all. And I'll tell you why, just to keep you hanging on for a little bit longer. I'll tell you why. I got into a final in WrestleMania tier where, again, my opponent was much better set of cards than I'd got. And I lost the first 2 matches 2-0. My mentality is always, even if I'm going to lose, I'll make someone work for it. I'm not just going to turn over, just going to lay down and die. I'm going to make them work for it. But I forgot to power up in the 3rd match. But I thought, okay, well, 3-0 down, powered up for the 4th match, and he didn't power up. I thought, well, okay, 3-1, he's going to beat me 4-1, he'll see what I've done. He didn't, or she didn't, I don't know, it could have been a girl, I don't know. Whoever it was who I was playing had gone away thinking that they were going to win quite comfortably. So, of course, they didn't, because I was then powering up for every round. I won 4-3. It was happy days. I was farting for joy, talking of which. Happy days. Happy Sunday to you all. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't blame my opponent for powering up at all and for taking it to the wire. I all respect you for that, and I'll give him a shout out once we've collected these. It would be funny to get... well, come on, let's go. Let's get on with it. Kane, it's not a pro, it's a new card, I don't mind that at all. Ray, and The Miz, I think I already had as an F2 on WrestleMania, and I've probably deleted him already, I don't know, I'd have to check. Yeah, so my opponent, I'm Rick James. Fair play to you, son, fair play to you, pal. Don't blame me for trying to come back into it, but as you can see, 5-0, 5-0, 3-2, 4-1. Happy days. Happy days. Now, what do I always tell you? Just keep chaining these things. Just even if it's going to fall in a period when you're going to be asleep, you just don't know. You might be asleep, but your opponent might be asleep, and you might have powered up just before they fell asleep. Blah, and you never know. It could be in the next round. Just keep them going. Because if nothing else, it'll give you picks that you can use and help you fire up for Team Battleground and all that shizzle. All right, talking of which, we don't have one going. Okay, that's good. Team Battleground. Flipping heck, Team Battleground. I don't know how many games we've won now in the new tier. I think we've lost one out of all the matches we've played so far, and we're playing fairly regularly. Not a sniff of an elemental card. But I did, on my equipment side of things, pull a quest side of things. That was the word I was looking for. The quest, equipment quest. I always get there eventually. The equipment quest. I did get 2 elemental cards. You'll have seen me tweeting earlier, so I'm doing all right on the elemental front. Albeit I didn't start King of the Ring straight away, and not King of the Ring. Ring Tommy Dim Dom. Didn't start Ring Domination straight away. Like some of you guys who tucked in as soon as it kicked off. It kicks off about 8 o'clock in the evening here, UK time. And there were equipment cards falling like confetti, falling like snowdrops to everybody. I didn't benefit from that, unfortunately. So it doesn't matter. I don't mind. You know, if you guys had a bit of luck just from being in early, well, fair play to you. It's not like you were doing something deliberately to try and cheat or anything. It's just happened when it happened, and you made the most of it while it was there. So, because you were playing the game anyway, I would say. You weren't deliberately trying to circumvent the system, you were just playing the game, and the game just happened to be extremely generous at the time. So what shall I do? What shall I do? I've got anything to do? Money in the bank. I've been neglecting money in the bank. Yes, I could go for edge and try and get a second edge, but I'm still hanging on to the fact that I think there'll be a female in the next round. I've got plenty of time to get these. Well, I need 50,820. Well, it's easily doable. Just got to get on with it. Just got to get on with it, Big Jim. Let's just do a little bit of this. Just a little bit of this. I don't know where have I gone down to. I've gone down to, what's that, Rumble? I've gone down to Rumble. Just have a little rumble around, see what's happening, see what's going on. Now I'm assuming that quite a few of you will have got the half heroic Apollo cruise because of the double picks. To be quite honest, I love the double picks. Obviously, it makes life so much easier. I don't know why they don't do that all the time, to be quite honest. As I say, it would probably renew a bit of interest for people. The road to glory is monotonous as flipping anything. But it just might be a bit more bearable if we were double picking it all the time. And of course, I suppose if you wanted to as well, you could add some credits to that as well. So you're kind of quadruple picking it effectively because you're doing a double-double. Not that you need to really. Once that you've been given double picks by the game as it is. That's right, isn't it? You would double-double? I don't know. I haven't tried it. I assume you would double-double. So yeah, happy days with the double picking and the equipment cards. I don't know. How are you guys using them? What are you finding is the best way to use them? You could argue that having the ability boosted, the chances of the ability coming out boosted, or just the actual ability strength boosted is worth having for when you proc. Or you could argue that you've got guaranteed stats if you have it that they're just fixed stats. And then, what do? Do you boost the top stats of the card that you've already got? This isn't going to really help me, is it? Let's tuck him up there. Or do you, like I tend to do, go for the weaker stats and just boost those up as well on your existing card? I've got a feeling I'm probably going to get beaten here. I don't know, it should be okay. Should be okay, there we go. Not that it's that important, as I say, it's not, this isn't a win desperate scenario. This is just, let's just play a few more games because every game you play takes you one step closer to your next pull. That's how it works. Yeah, a lot of WWE stars departing for various reasons. Some not very pleasant, some surrounding allegations, and some because they just seem to be whittling down how many people they can keep on the roster right now. It does make you wonder where WWE's going in the future, because they've whittled down some of the staff, they've got rid of some of the writers, they've obviously got rid of some fairly hefty contracts from the roster. And I think things are going to be very different by the time we get up and running again properly as a world where everyone's not in lockdown or fighting being in lockdown or wishing they weren't in lockdown or enjoying lockdown or whatever you're doing in lockdown. It's very interesting to see what's left WWE wise. What else has been going on in this wonderful game of ours? I believe it's Road to Glory. Road to Glory. Sorry, forgetting my manners. Again, this coming week, whichever it is, I find it tedious, I have to say. But it is what it is. So I have to say, in all the events, the one that I would struggle most to get to fully heroic is one that's got a Road to Glory in, because I almost find it depressing, to be quite honest. Now I'm not belittling people who actually do get properly depressed. I'm obviously talking about it in the context of the game. Being a sports journalist, you use an awful lot of language, like battling and in at the death, all that kind of thing, which in the real world it's not like that at all, obviously. But what I mean is, you just get a bit down playing Road to Glory non-stop, because it doesn't tax you for the first, well, virtually all the cards all the way up to the event card. And then when you do get to the event card, you either got the scenario where you haven't quite got a strong enough deck to take you through, so you haven't at 1 point it all the way, or 2 point it again if you're using your credits. And then you get past that stage, and then you've got to start all over again. Get yourself up to heroic. And it's just like, oh, give me a break. Life's too short to be sitting down playing the game 24/7. And I mean, people, you people saying about waking up in your sleep to power your King of the Ring cards and everything. I mean, that's fine if you want to do that. It's a weekend and that's how you want to get your kicks and have your fun. Great. It's not how I'm doing things, mate. It's not how I'm doing them at all. And now that football's back, there's other things to be doing and watching and caring about. Particularly if your team looks like it's going to get relegated. But I won't talk about that. Right, probably going to lose this one. So, what do I want to know from you guys today? How do you use your equipment cards? How do you use them? I've told you how I tend to use mine. I do tend to prefer the cards where you've got the set stats and then put them on the weaker side of my cards, because that gives you a chance, particularly if you've got a half heroic event card, for example, and you put in the stronger stats on the what is meant to be the card's weaker stats. That might not be a good tactic. You might want to go for getting a percentage, getting the ability and the procking percentage up, because that might then take you past someone who's got the fully heroic, if you're also using a momentum slot as well. It's all these combinations. I do like the variation that the equipment cards have brought into things. It does call for a bit of extra strategy, but it doesn't half get confusing when people are putting on 15 equipment cards at a time. Right, we've said hello to Shamus's forehead. Hello Shamus, how you doing? I do believe that I had this as a single and I've since fed it into something. Somebody said to me on one of the videos the other day, they couldn't believe I'd traded in the Last Man Standing Alexa Bliss card. Well, to be quite honest, I've sat on loads of cards before, previously, and with the catalogue limit as it was, and needing cards to power people up. Should I do another one? What are we doing, Tom? I'll just do one more. I just thought I needed it at the time, but I think it was an example again of when you're recording a video and you're trying to show people how strong a card is or what have you, and you need to power it up there and then, you do tend to make more sacrifices than if you were just lounging on the sofa at home, playing the game for yourself. You'd look at it and go, well, actually, no, I won't use that Alexa Bliss card. I'll keep hold of her because I like that, and I'll just do it on the next round of games. Whereas, obviously, when we're doing something on camera, you tend to think, oh, well, I might as well do this now we're here. because I promised the people that we're going to do it. And talking of promising people that we're going to do things, me and Ninja have come up with a way of doing Mano v Ninja Boyo, and we will be doing that in hopefully within the next week. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically me against Ninja playing WWE SuperCard. The thing is having frenzy, we all know and love. But we've worked out a point system that should be fairly simple to follow, where the two of us can renew our rivalry here at BLDHQ, because we know you enjoyed that. But in the meantime, today we've recorded a FIFA 20 video. Now, I know some of you don't care about the FIFA franchise, and we didn't actually buy FIFA 20. It's with all the bad press it got and all the bad comments it was getting from people, we stuck to FIFA 19. But we basically got it for free as being part of, I think it's part of the EA membership, whatever it is, whatever we're a member of, which was about 20 quid a year to join. It suddenly flagged up the other day we could get FIFA 20 for free. So we downloaded it and we've done Mano v Ninja Boyo, played a couple of matches, home and away legs. So there's a bit of fun there for you to watch. That'll probably be up in a couple of days because that'll need some editing. I'm sure you don't want to watch an hour and a half of it. But we had some good fun making it. But of course, being FIFA 20 with its new penalty and free kick taking methods, when those cropped up during the game and we had not had a chance to practice it at all, that did lead to some interesting moments. And there's quite a few goals as well, so that'll be worth tuning into. But next up will be Ninja Boy. Ninja Boy doing his latest Rocket League video. I'm hoping to get that up tomorrow. Or if you're not watching this video on the day that it's come out, it will be the day after this video's come out, so you should be able to find it on our channel straight away. Where Ninja is taking on not one, not two, not three, but 4 top-ranked bot opponents at once. So it's Ninja against 4 of the highest ranked bots that the game can throw against him. So keep an eye open for that. Now, of course, you might not be interested in either of those. You just want to know when the next SuperCard video is coming out. Well, sometime soon. That's all I can say. I don't know. It's difficult to predict these things. As most of you know, I'm very busy working from home and have been throughout lockdown, for which I'm very grateful. Don't get me wrong. I know there's plenty of people who've suffered all sorts of hardships through lockdown, and I'm very grateful, and always will be, to say that we've been okay through this period. But that has meant SuperCarding has been not on the backbench, because you can see I'm still playing as much as I can, and if anything, we've had a few more videos out just recently than we've had previously. I just can't make any promises. I don't know what one day brings between one day and the next. There we go. Look, I finished. It's not bad. Got Kane. As the latest join up to the BLD army. Got quite a few singles building up down the bottom here. Where is he? He's there. Okay, just lock him up, just for safety's sake. Yeah, a bit of powering up to be done, bit of feeding to be done, bit of cards to be sacrificed. Yeah, let me know what you do with your equipment cards. Let me know what your latest pulls have been. Let me know how you got on with the Apollo Cruise. As I say, I've got a feeling quite a few of you might have got all the way through, right words, wrong order, all the way through to the half heroic mode. But if you just want to come and say hello down below. And of course, the usual shout, if you like the video, subscribe so you can see some more of this and hit the bell notification, because that's what lets you know when these videos are coming out. There's all the social media. There's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's Twitter. What have you got to do? Till I see you next time, you stay cool.
People say to me all the time, "Hey Johnny Wrestling, what does it take to become a winner?" To those people I say, try watching BadLadDad's latest video. He'll show you just what it takes to become a WWE SuperCard champion.